Hey guys, it's me. Does dumb get any dumber when it comes to Tim Pool? He is one of the most out of touch idiots in media. For some reason, the past 2 weeks, I have been interested in the stabbing from last year, Apple River stabbing, where this guy from Romania, been here since he's 15. His father brought him when he's 15. And when I tell you that I've been interested, I've watched it. I've watched the videos where the kids were videoing all this going on. Okay? So this Nikolai guy first punches the girl in the face. Okay? They're teenage kids. They're probably acting stupid because teenagers act stupid because teenagers are stupid. They're not acting. They're not pretending. They're just stupid. But they're trying to have a good time. They're drinking, smoking a little weed, blah, blah, blah. So supposedly, they're tubing through, and this guy asked a question to somebody about where's all the little girls at or something. He'd been drinking. Nikolai, me, or Mao, or Moo. Tim Pool's Nikolai. His name's not Nikolai, it's Nikolai. L-A-E is Nikolai. So the guy starts going through the crowd of all these teenagers. The kids tell him, just go, just get away. He punches the chick in the face, goes up to one kid, sticks his knife in his belly, right here, pulls up and back. I mean, it's literally, when you're a teenage boy, you're like, yeah, I'm going to be like Steven Seagal and do this, and I'm going to take my knife and do this. He turned his knife backwards with the blade's facing him like this, goes up in the kid's guts, rips him from stem to stern. The kid survived. I mean, disemboweled him on the side of a river. Disemboweled him. He's stabbing everybody that he walks through. Bam, he stabs them. Stabs them. These kids think they're being punched. They don't know what's happening. They think, well, he's just punching somebody. So one kid's like pushes him down away from his friends, like he's thinking that he's attacking his friends. I watched the trial. I watched the video. I watched the cameras. Now listen to Tim Pool. This is Tim Pool's explanation of what happens. Because Tim Pool's an idiot. He's doing so much news that he'll listen to 2 seconds. Tim Pool he is just like the majority of Americans. He sees the headline, he reads about 2 sentences down and goes, well, I made my mind
up. They say first-degree homicide of boy 17 during a tubing trip after a gang of teens accuse him of being a pedophile. So there's a lot to this story, but the gist is there's a video showing him walking around in about 6 inches to a foot of water while they're tubing, stumbles over, falls over, drops a snorkel. The kids all start surrounding him, screaming at him, teenagers.
Everybody on the trip that day, because they interviewed his wife and everybody there, he wasn't looking for a snorkel. He dropped a cell phone. But you ever seen those guys, when you're a teenager, listen, I grew up in a time of kids that were just nasty. Guys that throw cameras up underneath the girls and do upskirt things. I mean, when I was in middle school, my whole deal is every time the classroom changed, every time it's time to change classes, the hallways are so busy, you just walk on through and pat a girl on the butt and keep on moving. I'm 50 years old. Society was better when you could touch a girl in the butt. Ha, ha, ha. No, but still, it's the way it was back then. We could just have fun, and the girls were all into it too, because I was groped more than once by girls. We were kids. It was middle school. So Tim Pool, he was an innocent guy roaming around just trying to find his snorkel, and these mean teenagers just ran up and attacked him.
Yelling. One dude yells for the culture several times. Some woman comes up and shoves him. He then grabs a folding knife that he was using for tubing. Someone then shoves him to the ground. He hits the ground. Then someone smacks him in the face. Then as he's getting up, the boy who died.
So he just told you that this guy got shoved 4 or 5 times before he gets his knife out and starts cutting people. I watched the video. He walked right up and punches this little 120-pound chick in the face. Bam! She goes down. Well, then the dude beside her pushes him down in the water. One push. One. When he's in the water, you can see him getting his knife. He's in his pocket deep. This is a teenage boy, 18 years old. Yeah, it's a big kid. Okay, wham. Sometimes you take an ass beating, sometimes you don't. But what you don't do is when there's a bunch of dumb teenagers, I'm going to cut everyone I see. Why? This is the mentality of the people from other countries. Romania, it's a very dangerous place. He's been here his whole life. Does that mean he's chased? If he speaks like a Romanian, his head is like a Romanian. They will cut you and kill you. Americans don't understand this third world crap. They don't understand it, that if you push somebody in the third world, you're going to get gutted. So Tim Pool says, oh, well, this person pushed him, this person pushed him, this person pushed him, this person pushed him. No, it didn't happen like that at all. But Tim Pool, with this mega organization, because he's so bright, he's got his finger on the pulse of the idiots. I mean, he was at how he got started was the Wall Street protest. Occupy Wall Street. You know how many idiots were out there? And yes, the government brought dope heads in and let them have sex and drugs and do all that stuff out there. But that ain't the point. Tim Pool is a moron. He worked for Vice News, and look how often they just went bankrupt. They were worth billions 5 years ago, and now they're just sunk in the ground. But Tim Pool, all these little teenagers just walked up and started picking on him.
Jumps at him, and when he does, Mew pushes back with the knife and with his hand, and the knife...
Did you hear him? He pushes back with the knife in his hand, and it went in the person. This dude went through the crowd, stabbing and jacking. He hit one chick, stabbed her in the side of the lungs. Wham! Lunge right in the... Stabbed her in the lungs. Another kid, he disemboweled. The other ones went, bam, bam, 2 or 3 shots to him. I think it was, killed one and attempted to kill 4 other kids. But Tim Pool ain't going to say that. He quietly walked up the lake to the other side of the lake, threw the knife, and then walks back, starts putting his clothes on, and then cops show up and walk right by him, and he plays dumb. Then when the cops detained him, put him in the car, he's playing like he didn't know. Cop comes to the car, you okay? Yeah, so what's really going on? I heard that somebody was stabbing someone, and they kind of looked like me. If you're claiming self-defense, somebody attacks you and you stab them, you stand right there, you have the knife in your hand, you hand it to somebody, or you put it on the ground, you stand right there, you put your hands in the air. Listen, because if somebody comes up my door right now and they threaten me on my own property and I have to put a bullet in them, I'm going to be right here when the cops get here. I'm going to step out in the road, I'm going to put the gun on the ground, and I'm going to walk over there, I'm going to stand in the road, wait for them. That's exactly what you do when you're innocent of a crime. But Tim Pool, he pushed with a knife. Let's listen to it again. Because Tim Pool's an idiot. I'm so sick of people thinking he's on the right. Tim Pool is not on the right. The man's probably never shot a gun in his life, so he don't know what it's like to live the real world. Because he's a spoiled brat. He's a spoiled rich kid. Oh, my mom and dad had a coffee shop when I was young, and I had to go work in there, and I had to sling coffee. You ever mom and dad own a coffee shop in downtown Chicago? You weren't poor, Tim Pool.
And when he does, Mew pushes back with the knife and with his hand, and the knife goes to his gut.
He pushes back with the knife in his hand, and oops, it went into his gut. This is Tim Pool. This is the one millions of people look up to him like he's a genius.
And that was basically the killing blow. He
accidentally bumped the kid with a knife after disemboweling. Literally, you can watch the video. The kid's laying in the water. That 3 people are holding the kid's intestines in. And here Tim Pool is, he pushed and the knife just pricked the kid and killed him.
Acton slashes a few others. They found him guilty of this. And a lot of people are saying it's a travesty of justice when you watch the video, because this guy never said anything to these kids. His mouth is shut, he's calm, he's not threatening anybody. They surround him, screaming at him, and then attack him several times, and now he's been found guilty.
That's Tim Pool for you, right there. All those mean teenagers said words, and because of those words, that guy who was quiet walked up to him and accidentally bumped them with his knife, and golly gee, somebody got disemboweled, some girl got stabbed, another kid got stabbed, and then one kid died. Oh, what a travesty of justice. Tim Pool, the great litigator. What world are we in? What world are we in when these are the people we go through our news? And listen, you want to talk about somebody even dumber? Ian Crosley? That's the dumbest son of a bitch on the planet. Listen, if you watch podcast, Patrick Bet-David's podcast, Adam is the biggest liberal idiot on his show. Tim Pool show, that's the dumbass. But he's right behind, and the only reason Tim gets, and I want to use another 90s reference because I grew up in the 70s. The hot chick always hung out with the fat girls because she looks so much better with the fat chicks. Tim is so much smarter when he's got the dumb dude with him. If I offend you, I'm sorry. I'm really not that way. You guys know me. I react. This is a react video. Anybody that does reaction, I want to stop and on. Oh yeah, I can see that's a little weird. The guy bumped him with his knife. That's a travesty. Just a travesty. I put myself in that position. If I'm out a river tubing and some guy is standing in the middle of us trying to find a cell phone, or was he sneaking up on the girls? Which one was it? And not even better, let me tell you this. What if it was my children tubing that day and they're having a good time and being drunk, and maybe they used words, maybe they said bad words, maybe they hurt somebody's feelings. I don't expect a guy from Romania to walk up and gut my daughter. I don't expect a guy from Romania to, as Tim Pool says, reach out and bump him with his knife. Why do these people have? Why do we listen to these people? Tim Pool says, oh, the 2020 election, it wasn't, Donald Trump needs to quit saying it wasn't stolen, that it was stolen. He just needs to get over that. He needs to stick to the real stuff, the economy and what he can do. Of course it was stolen. He's the same one. Oh, well, you know, COVID. He is always, he looks at the line and he goes right up to it and he says, oh God, I'm scared. I don't want to get on that line. That's it's a danger. I don't know. I don't want to do it. We want to change the culture. We want to open up coffee shops and skateboard parks so kids can see our side of life. What side of life, Tim Pool? You don't know anything about life. Nothing. And share this to Tim Pool. I watch his shows, but the majority of the time he is dumb. On the majority of issues, he's dumb. He reads 2 sentences of a dang newspaper article, and then he makes his mind up. Okay. See ya.